Hur träffades ni?
We met on Tinder, of course. Sarah made the first move. First line, hey babe. And I thought she was a catfish. I didn't think she was a real person.
Va? Varför då?
Yeah. Because I was like, who looks this good, makes the first move, and opens with hey babe? I was like, there's no way this is a real person.
Och då bestämde du att du skulle träffa henne?
It took me a little bit, but after the conversation got warmed up, I thought, like, yeah, let's meet.
Och när du träffade henne, vad var ditt första intryck av Sara efter första dejten?
Whoa, this is someone different. So I had like I don't know. She had like a presence. She had like a pondus. She was wearing this gold. She was like this gold sweater, I think, and I don't know. Pretty much from the beginning, I knew like I was like, okay, I can't fuck with this person. I can't fuck with her.
Okej. Minns du första kyssen?
No, I don't actually. Oh, I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was on the couch, but no, I don't think that.
Inte på första dejten, eller?
We didn't kiss on the first date. That's the thing. Apparently, she thought that was really weird. She thought that I wasn't into her, but I was just being careful and serious. Yeah.
När och var hade ni sex första gången?
She knows the song, and it was it was on the couch in her apartment. But I'll keep the details a little bit more private.
Okej då.
The conditions and when and all that.
Vem sa jag älskar dig först?
I did.
Vill du utveckla?
I think we were laying in bed, and I don't know. We were already dating. I don't know, and I think at that time I had decided that I wanted to be with Sarah for a while, and I don't remember it super specifically though. But I do remember that we were laying in bed. At least that's what I remember.
Och sa hon det tillbaka?
I don't know. I think so. Eventually, yeah. Maybe she took a minute. It took a while before we said it in Swedish. That one took longer.
Okej. När visste du att du var kär i Sara och att hon var the one?
When did I know? Okay, we were having dinner. We were having dinner, and we had made it, and we were sitting, drinking wine, and I think it was pasta or something like that. And she had said to me something like, you know, I don't know. She revealed something kind of vulnerable, like, you know, I'm scared, or I don't want to be hurt, or like like this is getting serious and I don't want to be hurt, so like I just want to know if you're for real. And that's when I decided. I was like, yeah, okay, this is the real thing, because she'd shown so much of herself, so much of who she was, and yeah, I'd already met you guys, like the family, and I'd seen her bartending. I'd seen her in several different social contexts, and we had a lot of good, deep conversations, and we were pretty serious by then, and yeah, I think by then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna find anybody better than this. Yeah. And then when she showed me how serious that she was too, and how scared she was, I was like, okay, let's do this.
När är er årsdag?
November 5th was when I asked her to be my girlfriend. And then, when did I propose to her? I think it was the 15th of... No, I don't remember when I proposed to her. July something. It was at Sea Island, so I remember where and how and everything, but I don't remember the date exactly.
Ungefär. Vi åkte ju till USA på midsommar.
Yeah, so
Och
I think it was
vi
June.
några dagar senare. Så slutet av juni. Kanske.
Yeah. But it's going to be August 16th, so that's the important date. But November 5th is when I asked her to be my girlfriend, so that's what we celebrate.
Vad är Saras bästa egenskap?
Egenskap, like her quality?
Yeah.
She tells the truth. She's incredibly straightforward. Almost can't even help it. Like she can't even help to say it like it is. Yeah, she's real. Like all the way down to the core, real.
Vad med Sara gör dig mest irriterad?
What makes Sarah the most irritated?
Nej, vad som gör dig...
What about Sarah makes me the most irritated? Sometimes she just assumes that I'm going to listen all the time because I'm a pretty good listener. And so sometimes she just kind of like goes straight into talking, and I don't know if I really want to listen. So sometimes I get annoyed that she just assumes that I'm there to listen. Maybe that would be it, I think.
Okay. Hur många barn vill ni ha? Eller vill ni ha barn? Och i så fall hur många?
Yeah. We've been talking about that. She doesn't know. And I want to have 3 kids. But she is kind of like, until recently having kids at all was kind of a question. And yeah, now we're talking about it. And now that she's talking about it with seriousness, I'm the one who's a bit like, oh, really? Yeah, but we haven't settled on a number.
No.
Also, especially, and it makes sense because, I'm not the one who's going to be doing the physical work in that equation. So she wants to see how the first one goes.
Yes.
Which I respect, of course.
Ja. Vem städar mest hemma?
We might disagree on this one. I think it might be 50-50, but I think it's me. I like it tidy, so I clean up. Like I do small cleaning a lot. That's what I think.
Vem är bäst på att laga mat?
This is also another tricky one. I would say this is 50-50 as well. She's really good at recipe stuff. Really good at finding a recipe and also like cheap cooking. So she's like cheap, follow the recipe, it's good, it's a lot of food, it's much more economical. And I love to just make food, so I'll just go to the store, buy whatever I want, and then kind of, make a mess. And that's a point where we get irritated with one another, is like who leaves the kitchen messy. Yeah. But I would say that her thing is soup and my thing is pasta, if we're talking about like our go-tos.
Okay.
But I think I'm the better pasta chef, the better
Vad bråkar ni mest om?
Religion. Like belief and stuff like that. I think that Sarah most of the time gets really frustrated with me when I talk about things that aren't practical or like don't have answers. Like I really like being in kind of gray zones and asking questions and what ifs and I don't really know and this and this, however, that kind of a deal. And she's just like, but what's the answer? Come on, like, don't. Why are we wasting our time? We could sit here and talk about this for hours and we'll never get anywhere. So, yeah. So religion or philosophy or questions that don't have clear answers, we fight about that.
Okay. Om Sara var ett djur, vilket skulle hon vara då?
Lioness. Laugh about that.
Förklara.
So the reason I think that she is a lioness is because, like I said, I think that she's quite graceful and quite powerful. She's also quite social. She really loves to be, part of her pride. She's also quite protective. Yeah, and she's definitely a cat. Like, I'm more of a dog person, and she's definitely a cat person. So sometimes, sometimes she will, I don't know, just be don't touch me kind of a vibe. Whereas I'm always game, always happy, and so she can kind of, I don't know, she just has like a, lion thing going on. Yeah.
Och vad var det första Sara sa när du frågade om hon ville gifta sig med dig?
What was the first thing she said? She didn't really say much. She just kind of, I think she was totally shocked. I was super nervous. I mean, I was down on my knee, and I felt like I was just going automatically. And then I've been trying to hide this ring from her, and then I opened it up and said, "Well, do you want to marry me?" And I think she just went, almost passed out, because her arm, we have a picture of her, and she's just totally stunned, and her arm is just hanging, because she's leaning over there looking at me, and her arm is just stuck. So I had to ask a second time, I think, if I remember right. And then she just kind of like nodded and kind of, I don't know, was crying. I was like, "So is that a yes?" And she's like, "Yeah." So yes, I guess would be the first thing she said, but I had to.
Men det tog ett tag.
I mean, it's a lot to process in a very short amount of time. And I'd had like months, and I thought I'd been leaving clues, but I don't know, maybe not. But that was when I asked her to marry me, but we'd talked about marriage before that. Like, do you want to do it? Like, is that something? And we'd always said, like, yeah, I don't want to be with anyone else, so. Yeah, it's not like I took her completely by surprise in a stadium full of people, I guess.
Okej, och varför vill du gifta dig med henne?
She's my partner. Yes.
Okej. Och vad vill du hälsa till henne på hennes möhippa?
I hope you have fun. I hope that you enjoy your time with the girls. I know that we've talked about going to Copenhagen a lot of times. But I hope that you're having a good time there with them, relaxing, and enjoy feeling special today.
Det var det.
Det var det.
Tusen tack.